Hey everyone, my name is Tron. I am the sole developer of onyxdefi.xyz. Oops, this is what I was using to record my voice, but it ended up not working. So I am the sole developer for OnyxDefi. This project that I've been working on for the past week or so has been a passion project of mine. And it started out as I just didn't want to look at spreadsheets anymore. Spreadsheets are daunting to look at, especially as a newcomer and into the DeFi space, and especially into DeFi 2.0. And one of the goals that I wanted to achieve with OnyxDefi was one, to learn new things, and to also make it super mobile friendly. And so far I've done what I consider a pretty good job for someone that comes from a data analytics background. I have no front end knowledge. I have no full stack development knowledge. I learned JavaScript back in middle school, and that's like way gone by now. So this is using HTML, CSS, Flask as the framework, and then obviously Python for backend. So what is OnyxDefi? OnyxDefi is a one-stop shop for DeFi 2.0, and it's essentially a pretty calculator. That's pretty much what it is. I've been seeing a trend recently where people are locking spreadsheets behind paywalls, and I'm not a big fan of that. So I made this as a way to, or as a replacement, but also it could be an alternative, or live alongside a spreadsheet. So the website link is onyxdefi.xyz. I was going to buy a .eth domain, but Ethereum fees are skyrocketing, and I don't want to really pay Ethereum fees, and I don't think I want to really influence anyone into going into the Ethereum ecosystem. So I ended up going with XYZ. So how does OnyxDefi work? Well, let's say you just got into Olympus because you saw that the APY was insane. I mean, anything above 20% APY, first of all, is insane if you think about it. You're outperforming the market, traditional markets, and you're definitely outperforming index funds and traditional banking systems in terms of the APY. So how does it work? Well, let's say you got into Olympus. Let's click Olympus here. And when you stake Olympus, you get a staked version of Ohm back, and that's what you input into this box. So let's say, for instance, you had about $1,000 in, and right now I think that would be around 1.2 ohm, maybe 1.1 ohm, around there. When you go to the website, which you can click right up here, I have some fast links that you can press. That'll bring you to the official website where you can find their docs pretty easily, and then the dashboard where you can find this information, and you link your MetaMask wallet to this to their dashboard. And the next reward yield will literally be the next reward yield, and I think it's somewhere around 0.4%. And then once we hit submit, it'll give us a calculation. Now currently there is a bit of a rounding error, where if you enter a pretty low amount, usually under $1,000, these two USD ROI after 1 day and the Ohm ROI after 1 day, they will be 0, and that's something I'm gonna have to fix. But you also get a bunch of information about how much you should expect within the year. So putting in about $1,000 should net you $80,000 after 1 year. It's very unrealistic, but I kept that metric in there because a lot of spreadsheets keep it in there anyway. I'm still looking to flesh this part of the calculator out. So this part of the calculator is pretty much the same thing for all the others, except all the other calculators information is updated in real time for that specific token. So I'm using the CoinGecko API, using Python in the back end. So the tokens that are baked into the website have a specific API that I call on the CoinGecko API, and that's how I get specific pricing information, and that's how I can calculate these numbers and also give you pricing, market cap, and total volume. And this should also show in the main menu, here when you scroll down. So in others, currently I'm still in works with, I'm in talks with a bunch of communities. Kind of, they're all fighting over spots on the website to add their specific network. So as it stands right now, it's whichever one gets the highest amount of votes. So like today I added Zeus, and I think it was yesterday I added Hector, and so I'm slowly adding as I go. The next up is going to be Klima on the I think Polygon/Matic network. Forget what the new name is. And then again, any of these, this is just a big list of them. And so let's say we go to Spartacus, it's the same exact thing. So if we enter one Spartacus and our reward yield is 0.6, it'll automatically get the pricing information for us, and it'll tell us our ROI after 1 year. So that's one part of the calculator. Another part that I want to touch on is this totals tab. So what I did back there was I inputted information into these fields, and they get automatically stored in your web browser. So none of the information actually goes to a database anywhere. I don't have a database in the cloud on my personal computer that's logging anything of yours. So all this financial information is completely safe on your computer. If something happens, it's on you. And that also means that if you have any specific issues, like I push a weird update and it kind of screws with everything, the way you can fix that is, at least if you're on Chrome, you can press this lock icon up here, press cookies, and then you can remove the cookie, and then it should just reset the website, and then you can enter all the information again, and it should work. So the totals is kind of an aggregation of all of the tokens that you've inputted. So for Snowbank, I don't know if I have, there's 0 here, so it's not being, or the total isn't being affected by that. But everything else that I did input, like Spartacus, Olympus, and Wonderland, they're all reflected in here. They're all added in this total section. So of course we have our Lamborghinis section. This was actually a community suggestion where we're going to have a community effort and choose a charity. We're still working on the time frame, or how often we're going to switch that donation button into different charities. But for now, it's for a malaria vaccine. I believe it's a malaria vaccine or some type of shot that helps children with malaria in underprivileged countries. And this donation link will take you directly to the link where you can donate. And the last thing that I added, which was actually added last night, I was having a bit of issue today. There was a bunch of people reporting that somehow staking was taking priority over minting. So I had to fix a bunch of stuff today with the minting or staking. But currently, this works, and this should work almost 100% of the time. So I'm not really going to go into why you should use minting or staking, because I feel like it's an entirely separate video. But just know that this has a free calculator and there is no paywall. So anything that I add in the future is going to be completely free. Everything going into this project is going to be completely free. I do have a donation link in the main dashboard, or the main what they call index, but the home page of the website. I do have a donation link if you enjoy using this and you want to support my work. So if we have an initial investment of $1,000 and the current token price is this, which I think was time at one point, and our next reward yield, let's say, is 0.77, and our bond discount is 2.35. This should be, if you're familiar with this, it should be pretty obvious that you should stake instead of bond. And it'll tell you the return on investment compared to staking or bonding. So you can double check right here. Another thing for people that are experienced with staking or bonding is I realized that I didn't take into account network fees, gas fees for doing these transactions. This also assumes that you claim all 3 rebases every single day, so for 15 rebases in total. So the closer that these two numbers are together, it may not be worthwhile to mint, because it could be tedious to on the dot every 8 hours claim a rebase. So if it's a pretty good margin like this, I think it's still worth it to stake. And if you miss it by an hour or two, it's not going to kill anything. But that's why I also put that there. So for more experienced people, they should be able to pick that up pretty quick. And currently, that's all that I have on this website. I'm adding, I think we might have seen in the others, custom ohm forks. I mean, it says it's Harmony 1 because of this logo. I just haven't gotten around to changing it. If you currently input anything into this, it's going to freak out. So don't mess with this until I update it, because it might freak out some other things in the website. I've had a few people contact me about that. But that is Onyx DeFi, and like I said before, if you guys like using this app that I worked really hard on, I do have a donation link right here. Oh, and one more thing that I kind of want to show you is this is completely mobile friendly. So I have essentially what is a second version of this. So when you put this into a mode that that's like a phone, or so if you open this on your web browser on your phone, look at how it changes. Let's go into here. We have the 3 right here, and then we have this big one in the middle. How it changes is it goes, they all start to stack on each other, and so it's completely optimized for mobile and for mobile viewing. Minting is the same. They all stack after a while. Totals also stacks. So I put a lot of effort into making sure that it was that it worked well for mobile users as well. So that's all that I have for you guys. Thank you for watching. I don't typically make YouTube videos, so I'm sorry if this is kind of rambly, but yeah, consider donating. I put a lot of effort into it. I'm currently a full-time college student, so I'm pretty strapped for money. But yeah, thanks for using Onyx DeFi.